Aloha, everyone. First and foremost, I would like to extend my heartfelt thanks to each one of you coming here and or joining us online for taking time to celebrate the life and legacy of my father, Mr. Quirino Ines. My name is Maki, and I am his second eldest son. I currently reside in the Philippines along with our eldest brother and our eldest sister. Though distance may separate some of us, today we are united in spirit, in memory, and in love for a man who touched all our lives in meaningful ways. Growing up, we only had a chance to be with Papa for about a month in every 2 years. He worked in the Middle East to provide for our family and make ends meet. Though his time with us was short, he always made sure it was meaningful and filled with love. He would plan his time offs around our milestones, especially our graduation ceremonies, so that he could be the one to proudly walk up the stage and put the medals on our necks. The remaining of his vacation days will be filled with laughter, rough plays, and warm cuddles. I still remember those times when I would answer his long distance phone calls. I would hurry to get mama before the time credit ran out. Phone calls back then were expensive, so he barely had time to say more than the remittance number. There was never time to even ask how he was doing. I remember how proud we were when he was featured on the front page of a local newspaper in Dubai, captured while sending money home to us in the Philippines. The article talked about how overseas Filipino workers were coping with the dollar's instability. But for us, it was simply a proof of how hard he worked for us and how proud we were to be his children. Even after all of us graduated from college, Papa continued to find ways to earn, not for himself, but to make sure there was always something available for his grandchildren and even for our extended family. He never stopped from working, even on his rest days. He would take us on small side hustles, sometimes even silly ones, like picking mangoes in the wild to sell. I will never forget those times he offered to pay college fees for my daughter as a gift. That gesture perfectly reflected who he was. Always thinking of others, always giving, and always showing his love through meaningful actions. His sense of responsibility and generosity truly knew no bounds. Papa loved to cook. That's the reason I'm a little stout as a kid. Whenever he learned that I am coming over to visit, he would prepare my favorite dishes. I did not expect that the braised pork leg and the papaitan he cooked last Christmas was the last time. Papa was the clown of the family. He would randomly dance over to music and call everyone's attention to show how graceful his body was, even if it was the complete opposite. At every birthday celebration, you could count on him to wave his arms like an orchestra conductor during the singing of Happy Birthday. I remember the time when Mama asked him to buy a broom. He came home with an ordinary one, but Mama wanted the kind that had Baguio City woven into the handle. So Papa left for a few minutes and came back holding the same broom, except now, written across the handle was the word Igorot. That was him. always resourceful, always finding humor in the simplest things. Papa, wherever you are, thank you for everything, for your sacrifices, your laughter, your lessons, and the love you gave so freely. You showed us what hard work, humility, and unconditional love truly means. We will forever feel your presence in our hearts and in our lives. We take comfort in knowing that you are now resting in the loving arms of our Creator, free from worry and pain. Please continue to watch us over from heaven, to guide and protect us as you always have. We love you, Papa. God bless your beautiful soul.